All right, let's talk about trend lines and how to draw them and also, I guess, what they mean as well. So we talked about in the previous video of this series, zooming out and looking at the higher time frames to kind of see the bigger picture. So now we're looking at the same stock about the same day. We're on the 15-minute time frame, and we have all these support and resistance levels, and I'm actually gonna remove them. Okay, so we can just look at the different trends here. So you can see the support and resistance levels. You know what? Actually, I'm going to keep these support levels because you might have this as well. And you can see on your charts, you can have these different levels here. So as you can see, if we have a touch on a previous day here, and we're going to go, I'm in trading view, and I'm going to click a trend line. So you can see as it touched here. And when you're forming a trend line, you want to touch as many areas as you can on the trend. So you can see it was on a downward trend. The stock trended downward, and you can see how it was in this area. If it breaks a trend, that's a good indicator that the stock will reverse and go up. So it was on this downward trend, but as you can see here, it broke the trend, and now we're on an uptrend. You can see it was going down that way, and it was kind of chopping sideways for a bit. This is kind of, you can see here, this is probably what's called a liquidity sweep in terms of people thought it was, there were probably a lot of buyers here, and probably the bigger banks said, you know what, I think there are a lot of buyers here. We're going to push the stock down to try and capture all those buyers and suck that up. And then all those people who sold out, who bought at this level, it's called a liquidity sweep. You'll probably see that in some other videos. But again, that's just an extra kind of lesson there. But anyway, we'll go back to and talk about trades. So it's broken this downward trend, and it continued up here. It went down a little bit, right? And maybe we can even extend this down this way on that trend. But now we're on an uptrend. And as you can see here, if we were to form this trend line again, if we were to go down, maybe we'll start from here and go up this way. As you can see here, look, like if I was to form this trend line here, you can see these candlesticks on this uptrend. You can see how these candlesticks keep going up into this uptrend. Even though I formed it here on this, I formed my trend line based on here on this uptrend, these candlesticks are still up on this uptrend, even though the stock has kind of slowed. If we look at the previous lessons that we had this, it's the same resistance level I had marked out before. Even though it rejected this level and went down, it's still on an uptrend. However, if this stock breaks this trend, this uptrend, the stock could really sell down because it's broken the uptrend and it will go on the downtrend. So, and again, the application to the previous video still applies. The higher the time frame on that trend, the better. So if we were to go look at the daily chart, it's a little hard to see, but we are on a huge uptrend. If we go down here, these are the daily moves. We're way on an uptrend. It's really trending upward. And maybe we'll go to an hour. Let's go to the 4-hour time frame. You can see here we're on a huge uptrend, and we got a double top forming in terms of that. So looking at the bigger time frames again tells you it's better to buy or to sell, and to looking at the trend. You'll often hear the trend is your friend. It's better to buy with the trend than try to resist the trend, but we'll talk more in detail. We can talk more about that in my course, which link is below. But again, that's how you buy and sell and look at the different types of trends. Again, the bigger lesson to apply is to look at the higher time frames and see what the higher time frames are telling you in terms of the trend. Again, click on the link to get my free ebook below and the course. If not, I will see you in the next video. Take care.